Port at 5:45, Chambly at 5:45, Northwoods at 5:46, and Doraville at 5:46 as well. Again, these are severe thunderstorms, not tornadic as of yet, but our BTI Barron Tornado Index is indicating that there is certainly that potential that exists within the thunderstorm. And you can see some very, very high winds that are going away and toward the radar. Now, away at 35 miles per hour and toward the radar at 23 miles per hour. So again, we're watching the whole storm rotate here. These are supercell thunderstorms, not like your typical afternoon thunderstorms in July that flare up and go down in about an hour. These will go and go and go and maintain their strength. Again, the whole storm is rotating, and what we want to look for is that the cloud that's called a wall cloud, just a cloud that's a little bit lower on the base of the thunderstorm. In fact, as the storm gets closer to us in Atlanta, if we go back to our HD, there it is in our HD tower cam, and you can see the little base hanging a little bit lower here. I don't know if we can pan off to the right here on that, because that looks to be a little bit lower here. This is just a lot of rain, which may be some hail as well. And again, you can see as we move through this cluster here, this is the wall cloud that we're looking at right here. That's the wall cloud, and maybe even a little lower, lowering to the base there. So these are the features that where we would see a tornado form. Again, this storm is approaching the eastern part of Carroll County now, and will eventually roll toward Douglas County as well. In fact, southwestern Douglas County, and eventually into the southwestern part of Fulton County. This is the one that the trained spotters over toward Bowden and Carrollton saw the possible tornado. They did see the funnel here. We do not know if it actually made it all the way to the ground, but again, we're waiting to figure out reports. We're seeing a lot of wind right now, especially straight line wind as it approaches the Whitesburg area, and the hail that's embedded in that is quite tremendous. So here's the look at that storm as we look at it in 3D, and Brad's going to kind of peel away the layers there, Brad, and show you.
Yeah, look, a couple of things to point out. Yeah. First, the descending reflectivity core here, likely either a strong rotation of the thunderstorm or possibility we could be looking at tornado touchdowns now or in the very near future. But the other thing I wanted to point out, Glenn, as we peel this away, we're looking at some of the largest hail so far this afternoon, estimated by Doppler radar, just over 3 inches in diameter. That's this storm that's passing near and just to the southeast of Carrollton now, approaching Whitesburg. So two big concerns with this hail in excess of 3 inches in diameter, and some indications, as you can see here, Glenn, there's the possibility we could be looking at some additional tornado touchdowns.
Indeed. In fact, also, again, as I told you a little while ago, above this, we have these jet streaks that are very low in the atmosphere at between 50 and 70 knots that are going over the tops of these thunderstorms. The winds that are that strong can sometimes bring down, with downdrafts in these thunderstorms, bring down those winds to the surface. And again, that's why we could see some very, very powerful straight line winds. But again, the wind speeds away from the radar at 58 miles per hour, and it was very symmetrical. A little while ago, we had wind going toward the radar at that same rate of speed. So Whitesburg, you're in it right now. You can see the hail that's approaching your area, 2 inches in diameter, and for an updraft to keep hail suspended that size, it has got to be very, very powerful, and winds estimated at 80 miles per hour involved in this thunderstorm here. A little while ago, we saw winds that were estimated to be between 80 and 100 miles per hour. In fact, 100 mile per hour winds embedded somewhere in this thunderstorm cell. Again, the appendage hanging off here, not as well defined, but again, with our 3D. Brad, do we have the TVS signature on the 3D yet?
We don't have it right now. One thing you and I both need to keep in mind is this is moving pretty close to the radar site, so that's going to be more difficult for it to discern.
Exactly right.
But we are seeing enough indication here with the descending reflectivity core that really piqued our interest.
Right there. That's the appendage right off of that storm. So that would be the area for the tornado to occur. And again, these storms are supercell thunderstorms where the whole storm itself is rotating around. You have updrafts suspending that hail in the air. You have downdrafts coming in, creating strong straight line winds at the surface. Could be bringing down some of those stronger winds in the higher atmosphere as well. And this gradient here is absolutely astounding, where the green goes from red in a very, very short distance, usually a possibility of very strong straight line winds. Here we are watching the hail now. Now it's just moved east of Interstate 75 on the north end perimeter there. So with our HD tower cam, you can certainly see some of the rain there, but not a whole lot of it, as much as you would think in this cell here. Again, this is the area we're watching. We're watching these bases sometimes lower into wall clouds, and that would be the feature in the supercell thunderstorm that you would look at to figure out if a tornado was occurring there. But nevertheless, you can see lightning, thunder, locally heavy rainfall now on the top end and northeastern side of 285. So now it's just moved to the east-southeast of Sandy Springs, in and around Norcross, and very heavy rainfall now. But in this area here, which is a highly populated area, Brad, let's zoom down and take a look at some of that.
As I do that, let me jump in with some of this latest information that you can take folks through it. A new tornado warning just issued for this storm. It includes northern DeKalb, central Fulton, and southwestern Gwinnett County. This is the storm you've been showing us. That's tornado warning in effect until 6:30 as Doppler radar continues to show a possible tornado developing right here near Buckhead, moving east at 50 miles an hour. That's going to put the possible tornado touchdowns through Buckhead, Avondale Estates, Clarkston, Tucker, Pine Lake, Stone Mountain, Lilburn, Lithonia, Snellville, all in the path of potential tornado touchdowns. Again, tornado warning in effect until 6:30 here in northern DeKalb, central Fulton, and southwestern Gwinnett County.
Brad, this could be the feature right here. Let's zoom on down in there and take a look at that. You're starting to see that little inflow notch here, so this could be something forming right here. Our BTI index has just jumped now. It keeps going up higher and higher and higher, indicating more confidence that we may have indeed a tornado that may be forming or has formed in that thunderstorm. The width of it is 4 miles now, so you have a tremendous circulation here of 4 miles. And the BTI index remains at 5.1 on a scale of 1 to 10. The city's in the path now, being adjusted downstream as it moves toward the east at 55 miles per hour. It's moving toward Brookhaven at 545, North Atlanta 546, out toward the Peachtree DeKalb Airport at 546. Northwoods at 549, down toward Pittsburgh at 554 tonight. Again, a large area of hail. Brad, let's take a look at this storm, if we can, with our Storm Tracker 2 in 3D, and take a look at some of the hail that is occurring here, because no doubt it's going to be very large, in that order of 2 inches maybe or more. Again, right here is where we really are picking it up. And Brad, is that the feature that?
Yes. Well, we're looking at two things here. 2.41-inch diameter hail, and as I'm speaking to you, a tornado vortex signature just popped up at 5 different thresholds, 5 different levels, from the lowest all the way up to over 11,000 feet. So good rotation. Let me alter the color table here, and we'll try to get a better look, see if we can pick out a descending reflectivity core. Certainly a lot of hail. But
The National Weather Service in Peachtree City has issued a tornado warning for northern DeKalb County in north-central Georgia, central Fulton County in north-central Georgia, southwestern Gwinnett County in north-central Georgia, until 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. At 5:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, National Weather Service Doppler radar indicated a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado near Buckhead, moving east at 50 miles per hour. Other locations in the warning include, but are not limited to, Avondale Estates, Clarkston, Tucker, Pine Lake, Stone Mountain, Lilburn, Lithonia, and Snellville. When a tornado warning is issued based on Doppler radar, it means that strong rotation has been detected in the storm. A tornado may already be on the ground, or is expected to develop shortly. If you are in the path of this dangerous storm, move indoors and to a basement or interior room on the ground floor. Stay away from windows. If driving, do not seek shelter under a highway overpass. A tornado watch remains in effect until 11:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Wednesday evening for Georgia. If you see wind damage, large hail, or significant flooding, wait until after the storm has passed, and then call the National Weather Service toll-free at 1-866-763-4466.
Immediately, tornado warning for your area. Sugar Plum Road, You can see the times of arrival on the center of the screen there where it says 5:52. And again, all these storms are rotating supercell thunderstorms moving at tremendous speeds. This particular cell here moving toward the Livesey School is moving at 50 miles per hour.